What is your vision for the future of the Latino Caucus and their members?
Well, since 2024 will mark the 30th anniversary of this landmark publication, Latino Health, I would love to see Latino Caucus collaboratively write the second edition. This edition would look back over the past 30 years and describe our community's gains and identify areas where we might have lost some ground and lay out a plan of action for the next decade. And that concludes my remarks. Have a wonderful event. Cariños y abrazos para todos.
There's so many experiences that I can think of that I have had with the Latino Caucus over the years, but one of them is sort of meeting with those Latino heroes in public health that you read about, that you see in the news, but that they come to our meetings and they are there also to be in community. And that means a great deal for students, for young professionals. And now as faculty, I bring my students to the Latino Caucus and I want them to create and to find and see that there are more of us all across the country and that we can we help each other and we support each other.
I see it growing so much now. Continue connections, making connections for new students, new mentees, establishing relationship with mentors, connections. And again, a voice for the Latino public health leaders within the caucus, as officers, as leaders, and then so within APHA, within the special committees, in different awards program, different section leadership, governing board. There's so many different opportunities. I feel very encouraged under Dr. Cynthia LeBron's leadership. She's supporting young new leaders in leadership roles, and also she's working with APHA very collaboratively in the special journal, the supplement journal that should be out next summer on Latino health. So I see growth, connections, and a voice for Latino public health leaders. Thank you, APHA, Latino Caucus for Public Health, for helping me to learn about public health on the ground. Thank you.
My vision for the Latino Caucus future is that it will continue being a strong voice for the Latino community inside and outside of APHA. They will provide to students interested in public health opportunity to identify mentors and to present the research studies in the Latino Caucus program, and to be able to develop new leaders that would advocate for the ultimate elimination of social, economic, and health disparity in the Latino community. Thank you very much.
I hope the Latino Caucus continues to grow and serve the Latino public health community within APHA, and also in partnership with other organizations working towards Latino health equity issues nationwide.
I've been asked also to talk a little bit about my vision for the caucus or my hopes for the caucus. And I hope the caucus commits itself to ensuring representation throughout the agency. Latinos are not present in the vast majority of committees, boards, or entities and need to be there. We need to be there. I also hope we continue to be an incubator of young health professionals, administrators, educators, policymakers, and I certainly hope that we continue to be involved in the policy development. Without our voice, the agency will never really know what we bring, what we can do, and what we need. Thank you.
I also came to understand how powerful it is to understand the inner workings of big organizations like APHA. Knowing how they work allows you to make it work for you. And the fact that the caucus could organize its own programmatic sessions, incredible. Like, we could elevate Latino researchers and highlight issues that were important to us. Through the nomination process, we honestly infiltrated APHA via its committees and task forces. We aimed to get people elected to the board and other organizational leadership positions. And all of this with the goal of ensuring that the association was working to promote Latino health and well-being. So much of what I learned at the caucus shapes how I approach my work to this day. I know that I haven't been as involved in the caucus lately, but I would really welcome being a mentor to others who are just starting out. Like, that experience was really, really valuable to me, and I would love to give back in that way. I think that right now it's critical for the caucus to leverage its voice and its power to push and shape public health policy and research. APHA is a really big organization, and getting it to weigh in strongly right now is important. Being active in leadership takes time. I know that, but it's important, and honestly, just a little effort can go a long way. So bueno, Latino Caucus, congratulations on 50 years. Adelante and gracias.
The future of the Latino Caucus, I think, is very bright. The caucus has grown tremendously and is matured as an organization. What I'd like to see is more of the established colleagues to reach out and mentor the younger generation, and that the younger generation take over the mantle and make the Latino Caucus more powerful, and that we have a greater impact in public health. Thank you.
I see the Latino Caucus as a source of connections, guidance, knowledge, friendship, and fun. I cannot be there for the 50th. Instead, I have tasked my former student Emily to personally say hello to a long list of people. I miss you guys. I know you will embrace Emily and other young people like her the same way you embraced me. Los quiero mucho.
My vision for the future of the Latino Caucus and their members, my vision for the caucus is that we continue to influence policy by expanding our collaborations, not just with other caucuses, FIGs, and sections within APHA, but also with NGOs and government agencies, in order for us to increase the number of public health professionals and researchers that represent the Latina, Latino, Latina community. My vision is that we embrace an intersectional health equity in practice, but also that we have more horizontal leadership to promote Latino health equity. And that's my piece. I love the caucus, and I hope that we continue to grow and continue to influence public policy and public health.
The Latino Caucus has the potential to become the #1 organization in the country that leads in issues related to public health in the Latino community, and to become the voice of every Latino public health worker nationwide. I am very grateful for having the opportunity to join this amazing organization.
Implementing a vision for the future of continued growth, continually creating those opportunities for the networking, not only to have a personal impact in your career, but also to have an impact in the health status of Latino populations in the United States. Thank you.
Some hopes I have for the Latino Caucus is that we continue in some way actions, efforts regarding the creative arts and public health. As a lot of us know, la cultura cura is important for the health and well-being of all Latino communities everywhere. And of course, for continued growth and success of the Latino Caucus, perhaps we can start to plan for La Cienteñera. From wherever I'll be, I will plan to celebrate with you. Saludos y abrazos a todos. Ciao.
Right now, we're changing the narrative of los pobrecitos Latinos to the powerful, mighty, resilient community that we are. To the point that with the Latino Caucus leadership, with this space that creates conversations in a safe space where we can dream, and most importantly, we can put to action a lot of the current projects and ideas that we have within us. That's the power that I see within. The power to actually create a better future that has been moving. In the past, we were not invited to the table. Right now, it's in our shoulders and our responsibility to move this forward, to make sure that we continue the promise of having a better future for our community.
I see the future of the caucus as really being one of leadership, I think we have terrific leaders now, and I think over the years we have had some. And I think it's a question of, where we decide to put our efforts in terms of improving the health of the Latino populations in the United States through the public health field, and using APHA as a major place to operate, but really focusing our attention on the Latino population. So I see a future of advancing our cause, empowering our population, and really being a contributor to the field of public health in general.
So un abrazo and my well wishes to so many comadres and compadres who have been a part of my life, and wishing you all very well.
My vision for the Latino Caucus, which I hope and pray for, is that they will once again become a powerhouse of advocacy for a national Latino health agenda. We need to be able to have a voice for Latinos that we can improve and make public that agenda of eradicating poverty, improving economic development, and improving the educational level of Latinos across the nation. Thank you.
As for my future vision for the caucus, well, in the early days, we did not have a voice as individuals or as organizations, but we used APHA as our megaphone. And today, it's equally important to do that. We used it then, as you must use it now, for advocacy and for policy action. In closing, I want to leave you with the words of who I think was our inspiration and actually our founder, and that would be Cesar Chavez, who not only said, "Si se puede," but he also said, "If you want to remember me, organize." Felicidades, and I'm so proud to have been part of the history of the caucus.
And so my vision moving forward is that the Latino Caucus continues to be a space for the Latino community where we can do that, where we can advocate and we can celebrate, and we continue to focus on the health of our community, and seguimos sembrando.